tutorial I'm going to teach you a JavaScript tutorial from the scratch. Okay, let's start. You'll need a text editor. So in my case, I have Atom, which is my text editor. So I'll just go and open a new folder. You can just open a folder here. In my case, I have this folder, which is JavaScript. I'm just going to click and select it. Then if you have a folder, you just right click on the folder, then you create a new file. I'm gonna just call it first.js for JavaScript .html. Then JavaScript, you cannot run it on its own, so you'll need HTML. That's why I'm using .html here. So let me just write the HTML file here. Then you just press enter because HTML is popping up here so that it can write things for you. The reason I'm using Atom is because I want to write the code faster. So if I can just press enter, it will create the sections for me. See, created the sections for me. So here, JavaScript is a scripting language, client-side scripting language. So we are going to use the script here. This is the opening check of script using this attribute type is equal to text / script. Then I can just use the pop-up. Here is the comment. I can just teach you how to comment. Comment. If you want to comment a line, you can just comment this way. Then if you want to comment like a paragraph, you can comment it this way. You'll just write it. Then to close, you use asterisk, then / that will be the end of your comment. Okay, so we're going to start with the pop-up boxes. Our first pop-up box that we can use is alert. So I can just use a string sequence of characters. So I can just write hello there. Then for JavaScript, if you like, you can use semicolon, or even if it's like this, it can run, but it's good practice to use semicolon since in other languages, especially C language, they're using semicolon. I'm gonna just put the semicolon. Then after you save the file. So if you're using Atom, it will be blue here if it's not saved. So after saving, Control S, see now it's no longer blue. So we can just go to the browser and run it. So mine is in desktop JavaScript, so I can just go to File Explorer and find my file here. So it's just one. You can check, yes, this one. Then I'm running it now. See, this is our pop-up box. Hello there. Then you can right click on your page to use other pop-up box. Then you can use this inspect. If you want to inspect, you can press Ctrl + Shift + I. Then I can just click it here. Then I'm gonna write JavaScript on the console. Then I can start with the pop-up box that I used before. See, it's even appearing here. You can just click alert here. See, it's a function. So whenever you have a word with 2 brackets, we call it a function. So that's why below is showing that is a function. Then here I can just write hi world, then without the semicolon you'll see that I won't get an error. See, that is the pop-up box. Then it's undefined since we didn't declare any variable. So the second pop-up box is confirm. So I can just use confirm OK. Here we can write any string. You just write, are you ready? Then I'll just put semicolon at the end of our function. Then you see it says, the page says, are you ready? Then if you are not ready, you press cancel. If you are ready, you press OK. Then you see it return a true since it's a boolean. So the last pop-up box that we can use is prompt. So I'm gonna just submit is also a function. So prompt, normally we use it when we want to get the input from the user. So here I can just, for an example, I can say enter your name. Then we'll see if I can just press enter. See, it says enter your name. Then you can just press enter your name here, but it won't do anything. So this is how you can output the results from the console. Then if you just want to output the text or a sentence, you can use this method. Console dot, see, we have many consoles. Then the one that we want to use is this one, dot log. Then here I can write data. Then you just write hello world. Then you see we get hello world. So I can even use let me I can even use the console here. Console.log here. This is, I can just write this string here. This is our first tutorial. Semicolon at the end. Then I'm gonna just console, it won't appear here. Let me just refresh our file. See, it started with hello dev from the, then console, it doesn't appear from this side, just like the HTML. It's appearing on the console here. See, it says this is your first tutorial. Then here it shows the line. If you can check here, it's on line 16. Or if you want to verify from here, you can just click here. It will go to source. So clicking here, see, shows that it's running this method. Then we can continue with variables. We can even write them here on the console. Variable we use var keyword. We can just declare a variable called, maybe let me just use the number var num, just use num1. Then it's not defined. To define it, I can just say num1 is equals to 3. Then I press enter. See, now it's defined. So I can declare variable number 2 on one line. So if you can see here, I declare them on separate lines. So here I can declare them on one line. Here I can just say equals to 5. Then I press enter. Then if I can to see the results, I'll use console.log. Then I'll use the name. I can start with num1. Variable is just a container that stores the information temporarily. Then I can just press enter. See, we get 3 since we use the variable name num1. Then variable name num2, console dot log num2. See, we get 5. I can continue from the atom here. We can create, it's not the only way of creating a variable with using number. So I can create a variable which is called first name, but this is going to be wrong because the variable to declare them, we don't use a space here. It must be just a single word. If you want to make a space, you can use underscore, or you can use the $sign, or you can use caps if you want to write a sentence. Then first name, I can just write eval. Then I can write another variable last name. Then I'll just output let's. Then to see the results, I can just use, there is another method that doesn't, if you don't want to use console, if you don't want to use console.log, you can use document.write. Document.write will appear on the browser directly instead of going to the console. So here I can say, you just type a string, my first name. Here you can just say my first name using the concatenate method. My first name is, then I'll put the plus, then I'll write the first name. I'll use the variable name for the first name. Then plus, I can say, and my last name is, then I'll put the plus. This method is called concatenate. It's for joining 2 or more strings. So I can just go and put the semicolon at the end. Let's see if it works. Let's just refresh here. Can you see here? My first name is Ewald and my last name is Letson. So here before end, I have to put a space here. See, now let me save and refresh. You see now that the space is there. Let me just press OK here. See, it's perfect. This is how we create the variables. So now we can move to JavaScript operators. So let me just comment this paragraph so that it's not visible. I can just remove it here. Start with JavaScript operators. So operators, we can start with the arithmetic. Where we perform the calculation, arithmetic operator. I can start variable a equals to 3, variable b equals to 4. Then for arithmetic, we can start a new variable here. Just call it a sum. If you want to add, then we say a plus b. So if you can use capital letters, so JavaScript is case sensitive. If you can use capital letters b here, it won't be the same as this one. You'll get an error. So use is case sensitive. So for we have division. I'll just copy here and change the sign. For division, we use /, not because we don't have division symbol in the computer. Then we have minus or the subtraction operator, where we just use a dash. Then we have multiplication, which for multiplication we use the asterisk. Then another variable that we have here for arithmetic is modulus. Modulus, where we use the percent sign. Then to see the results from the browser, I can just use document or right here. Then I'll put sum. I can do the same for others, but I'll need to use different variables, otherwise it will give us the same answer. This one is division, so we'll need to use the variable name division. Here we have minus, we have the multiplication sign. Lastly, we have the modulus or the remainder operator. So let's see what we have from the browser. See, we have 70. Let me see what we have here. A plus B, it must output the sum. Okay, let me go and comment this. Let me comment the line below and see what could be the problem. Let me refresh here. Okay, the first one we get 7. Okay, to see the results on different pages, we'll use line break. I hope you still remember line break from HTML. Just use BR. So you see Russian line breaker, so that it can move to new line. We just add this concatenate method using the plus sign. Then the last one I can just leave it. Okay, I think I didn't uncomment it. I have to uncomment here so that we can see the results properly. See, that's how the arithmetic works. First one we got 7 because it's addition. Second one is division, 0.75. Multiplication we got 12. And then modulus we got 3. Then let's continue with the important operator, which is the comparison operators. Let me just write it this way. Comparison, we'll use double equal. We will use not equal. We can also use double end here. Okay, no. We can use less than b. Less than b. We can use less than and greater. Okay. Here are the comparison operators that we can use. So the first one, if I can just go and a is not equal to 3, obvious. A is 3, then b is 4. Obviously they are not equal. So if I can go to the browser and run it, I will get false, because see, you get false. They are used for making decision. Here the second one, we are going to get a true, since we are going to get true since a. Here I'm going to just add line breaks so that they can be on different lines here. Here we're going to get the second one. If I can just use document.write here, we get true since they are not equal. So we are comparing two things here. Okay, I want to use this document.write here. Okay, it's gone. So let me just let not equal to b and save. So see, now we get true. That's how it works. A is less than this one. Here we're also going to get true, but A is not greater than B, so we're going to get false. That's how the comparison operators work. So lastly, let's use the logical operators. Logical operator, we have AND, we have double pipeline, and we have exclamation. So here, if I say A and B, if I say A is equals to 1 and B is equals to 2, so both of them, they have to be true. See, if I can say A is less than 5, I can say B is greater than 3. So if both of them, they are true, see, I can say B is not equals to A. So here we're going to get a true, false, false. So you can just use document.write, or you can use console.log to see the results from the browser. Very straightforward. So we're going to get, see, we got false because it's not true. Then from here we can move to conditional operators. Conditional operators. The first comparison conditional operator is this one's wrong. If statement, and it's case sensitive, so we have to write in lower case. Okay. I think I removed the closing check for script here. Yeah, now it's fine. Yeah, this is how we write the if. See, if you want only if, you click here. If you want if else, you click here. So let me just use if here. Okay, if the condition that I'm going to pass here, if the condition is true, then it will output what we have here. But if it's false, it won't output. For example, you can say variable a is equals to 5. Then here, if I want it to be true, I can say a is equals to 5. Then you can just say console. If a is equals to 5, then console dot log true. Even if it doesn't have the semicolon, it will give us the results. See, it outputted the true. Then from here we can move to if else. Okay, let's remove the structure and write if else. Let me just click if else here. See, If this condition is not true, if it's true, we get this result. Otherwise, it will output the second result. So here I can say a is equals to 3. Then if indeed a is equals to 3, then we'll just console.log true. Otherwise, it's false. You can just change here and put false. See, we got false since a is not equals to 3, so it's false. Then if we have many conditions, we can else it will be at the end. So here after we'll have else, yeah, else if, see, else if. So I can say here I can just say a is true. Then here I can just say output the console and say a is equals to 3. Then it will check here. A is not okay. I can maybe let's okay. Let me write 5 here. So the first condition is false. It will check this one is true. Then it will terminate from here. It won't check this one. See, a is 3. Okay, that's how the decision of if else works. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. So next we have switch. Switch, it works exactly as it works more or less the same as if else. So with switch, let's say you have a equals to 3 here. Then here I will just put a. So let me just put the variable here since we're using the variables. A, then here I'll put the number 2, or I can just put 3 here. Then I'll put console dot log true. Here I can just false. Then we can have many cases here. We can have many cases. The last one is the default, just like if else, the last one is if else. So it will compare this number and this number. So if they're the same, then we will output true. Let's just refresh after saving. Then you see we get true. Okay, that is the end of my lesson. I hope you enjoy this tutorial.